Hello, welcome to your December end of the year readings. This video will be split into two parts, a reflection and a forecast. The first part will be a reflection of 2016 and how it has impacted you as a whole, and the second part will be focusing on what is ahead for the month of December. Reflection is an important part of our lives because even in tarot, hindsight is always 2020. Actually, drawing a card in the morning and seeing how it played out by the end of the day can show how the card was relevant, but may have expressed itself in a different way than you had anticipated, which is a great tool, by the way, for learning tarot prediction and getting familiar with how many ways a single card can be read. Anyway, 2016 was the year of the Yang fire monkey, and I have my little friend here who visually represents that energy. Yang energy is masculine, it's outwardly extroverted, it's dynamic and bold. Fire energy is passionate and enterprising. So Yang fire is like the heat of the sun. It has lots of energy and it radiates to other people in forms of optimism, generosity, and warmth. Its popularity may have been a year for big personalities and or big egos to shine. So this year we would have seen things politically and socially to reflect this, and it would also have drawn out these characteristics in our personal lives as well. Monkey energy acts similarly to Yang fire. It is quick, clever, social, busy, cheerful, and playful, impulsive, and again, it's independent. I really wouldn't be surprised if many of you watching had taken up several new hobbies, several new studies, joined multiple social groups, made many new acquaintances, expanded your business in some way, broadened your talents and interests, or possibly moved, because Yang fire monkey doesn't sit still for long. And just like the monkey, you could have been bouncing around from one thing to the next with both of your hands in many pots at once. So for the moments of reflection reading, I am going to ask, what is the biggest lesson for you? What was the highlight? What was the biggest challenge? And how did you grow this year? And then finally, I'm going to ask, what lesson will you take with you into 2017? Hello, Libra. For your 2016 reflection reading, I will be drawing cards from the Archangel Power Tarot deck. And as I shuffle here for you, I'm going to be focusing on what was your biggest lesson, what was the brightest highlight, what was the biggest challenge, and how did you grow in 2016. The shadow card is then going to tell me what lesson you will be taking with you into 2017. Okay. Oh, lots of fire. Okay, so it's basically all fire here and two major arcanas. So the major arcanas are just telling me that, you know, there was some destiny and some fate major heavily at play in 2016 for you. And then all the fire is telling me it was a very active and dynamic year. Okay. So I'll go through each of them. And the biggest lesson for you was the Five of Wands, which is the Five of Gabriel in this deck, or Gabriel. So yeah, the Five of Wands is about pulling things together and making something happen out of the chaos. It looks like the biggest lesson for you was really just trying to manage conflicting either desires from other people or within yourself, or there was some sort of competition here. I do feel like you're just being pulled in many directions, though, for this is your biggest lesson, okay, was to like manage your way through the chaos is what I'm getting. So it says a challenge you can resolve, withdraw from the drama of others, have patience with yourself and those around you. Okay, so you can add the cards meanings to my interpretation as well for your lesson, whatever you resonate with. I'm also seeing you putting together a puzzle. You're sitting down here and there's like a puzzle in front of you and you're just trying to figure it out. Okay. So that's your biggest lesson. The biggest highlight for you was a leap of faith, a new beginning, okay? A big, wide open door for you to go through. So there was like a new start, something in your life. There was like a new cycle that was initiated. It's a big deal since it's a major arcana. It's like a, grander scale. Okay, some of you may have gone on a wonderful trip, a significant trip if it wasn't wonderful. But I'm also seeing like travel, okay? Travel to someplace new that you had never been before. I'm also seeing the biggest highlight was like adventure and excitement, and you could have moved as well. Some of you may have moved. But this is about location, relocating, if not temporary, then permanent here. It says, believe in yourself, listen to your heart, do what gives you joy. Wonderful. There were some real moments of joy for you to have here in 2016 for your biggest highlight. Leaving something in the past and moving forward. Biggest challenge for you. I feel like the biggest challenge for you was either you or this Queen of Wands, which you may be the Queen of Wands. This could be you or someone else, but the Queen of Wands is, she is fixed fire energy, so Leo energy. It kind of goes along with that yang fire energy of the year. Biggest challenge is managing everything. If you have the 5 here, you probably have too many projects on the table. And you were definitely trying to figure this out. The biggest challenge to me is about staying optimistic and not having like the burnout, okay? Because she is very fiery. She's very passionate, okay? Some of you may have felt like you were flatlining and it's like you needed to find your passion again, okay? So that was the challenge, was to become her. Or maybe you were crossed by a Queen of Wands who was maybe too demanding on your time and energy. Crossed not in a threatening way, but maybe like a competitive way. She could have been taking your time or your resources or your attention in some way, okay? And it says here, you can do anything right now. Go after what you want, the ability to attract helpful people. Okay, so this was, I guess, the challenge for you. It says also passionate, charming, brilliant, and independent. You probably had some responsibilities that you wanted to be free of, and maybe you had a moment of that where you were able to be free, but I also see like you being sort of tied down by several things and you wanting that independence, but it was a challenge to have that, you know, in the amount or the duration that you wanted for 2016. So we're going to keep moving forward. How did you grow? Well, the King of Pentacles, the King of Wands here, the King of Fire, which is that masculine yang fire energy, okay? So we see that with the Queen, we see that with the King. So the biggest challenge could have been a partnership that you had with the King and Queen. They're generally a married couple, so you could have had like a marriage challenge to overcome, and these people can do it. They're very resourceful, okay? With their wands, like they're able to create things and manifest things that they need in the moment to move forward. Okay, the King of Wands, how you grew was to be, you know, the kings to me are the more mature energies. They're more mature than like the Page or the Knight. But I see also that they're like the entrepreneurs, they're the visionaries, they believe in themselves and they can make things happen. They're confident in their own skills and abilities. She is too, to some extent. But he's really the visionary. And this is more Aries energy. This is more Leo energy. So this is a good initiator. She follows through with the responsibilities. Okay. That was maybe the biggest challenge, was to follow through with your vision, amongst all of the demands, with the other people here. It looks like there's a lot going on socially for you this year. Lots of social stuff. Okay, so it says, keep your eyes on the big picture, leave the details to others, experience that leads to success, genuine concern for others. So again, there's like the social component of other people being involved. However that plays out for you individually, how you grew, I believe, was, you know, putting yourself first, learning to say no. Okay, I'm going to put me first. Okay, so the lesson to take with you, into 2017 is the world. Okay, this is a successful completion. Okay, these people are very motivated. These people are very determined to make their goals happen, achieve them, and they do. Okay. Here's the success. Here's the finality of it. Here's the world is like at your fingertips. It's like you can create what you want, towards the end of this year and the beginning of 2017, or through 2017. So you're taking the lessons of the world with you. You could have also had support from other people. So it's interesting that you have the end card here, which is the 21. It's the last major arcana of the tarot deck. And then you have 0, which is supposedly the first card, even though it's not really a number. 0 is just sort of spirit. Okay. But generally it's in the beginning of the major arcanas, and this is at the end. So you've really come full circle in some way. So you've started something and you've completed it. Okay. So what you're going to be taking with you into 2017 is a completion of a project that you have started in 2017. So this is what I'm seeing for you. Lots of busyness, lots of social stuff for you, lots of other people's input and whatnot. So I'm going to draw your cards for December, your December monthly reading here from the Wheel of Change Tarot. And then I'm going to draw a card from the Lover's Oracle deck to give you a clear and simple, concise message on love. So please show me December for Libras. Okay. So the center card is the focus card. The bottom card is the foundation, or supporting energy. To the left is the past. The crowning card, the one on top here, is your thoughts, and then the card to the right is the future. And then the bottom of the deck is the shadow card. So the focus for you right now, your theme, I suppose, is the Six of Wands. This is being orderly, getting things organized, getting things prepped and prepared for whatever, I think, your business that you, maybe it's an entrepreneurial business that you're launching or you're starting, that you're finally just fired up about. But right now it's like you're attending to the details to get everything straight and in line. I do see like the industrial image here, the Industrial Revolution that brought technology and modern conveniences. Okay, so you're getting things organized for industry, and also, you know, so it's more convenient for you when you do make more moves in 2017. So the foundation is partnership, choices, collaboration. Okay, again, the Two of Wands the Two of Fire is what I was seeing with the King and the Queen, okay? A solid partnership. This could be a marriage even. Maybe you and your wife, or you and your husband, or you and your girlfriend or your boyfriend are going into business together, okay? If that's not the case, I see that there's someone there that's very supportive of you and is really in line with what you're doing. This could be like a coworker, but it's just very, to me, it seems like very equal energy, okay? Dividing up, responsibilities equally. But there is a solid like back and forth between these two, and they're like bouncing ideas off of each other. So I do see that as like your foundation for getting things organized. So you have Wands energy, more fire, lots of fire. Then you have an air card, which is a choice. Okay, again, another choice. So here you have a choice of action on what to do, and here you have a choice on what to think. Okay, a decision to be made like in the mind. Okay, this is also like you're going back to the drawing board. This is like the cutting room. There's scissors and you're cutting a pattern out. It's a snowflake, so it's definitely representative of December. But this is like probably the beginning of the month to the middle of the month. I see you, cutting things out. It's like a time drainer. And I also see like you having to make certain decisions, okay, that may be time sensitive, okay? So I see you really being on it, okay? This is good. What your thoughts are, the Ten of Swords, okay. It's okay to change your mind if you are on a set course and you have a plan in order. Okay, it's okay to change your mind if you want to take a different course or add something in or make any adjustments. I think that you will be in December. I didn't mention this in any of the other videos, but Mercury is going retrograde, I think mid-December. So this would be appropriate to sort of go back to the drawing board and sort of revise your plan to there's some sort of a revision that needs to happen. It's okay to change your mind, make tweaks. The Ten of Swords is a complete mind change though. So there may be something that comes up where it's like you need to, do see like a scythe here. So it's like you're removing something quickly and suddenly, okay? Technology, back up your files, please. I'm seeing there's a real potential for like a computer to crash, for something to go wrong, where it's like you lose your data. Oh my gosh, and you're potting these plants and you're getting ready to put these plants in for growth. And I see this scythe here and it's like out in space. To me is like technology. I'm getting a strong like intuitive hit on Mercury retrograde for you, Libras. So do be cautious to back up your files to like an E-drive or whatever. Make sure that you have them saved in different things. If you have plans, make sure that you're organized so that you don't lose them because there's some sort of time sensitive situation. Okay, so here in the near future you have the moon. Okay, the moon is the unknown. It's the mysteries, it's the hidden things. Okay, it's also your intuition, your insights, your mental mind state. Again, since you have the changing of the moon cycles, you can be changing your mind. I really do see that as a very valid potential. Okay, so the future is unknown and it's great to plan up to a certain extent, but you have to sort of leave some wiggle room to change things around when the landscape around you does change or things come up. It's like you need to sort of take a different direction, and I see you changing your mind about something. Could be the image, because the moon is also like the public persona, and how you're displaying your work may change. Or even displaying yourself, because here I have the Queen of Cups and I feel like this is you. So you're using your intuition, which would go along nicely with the moon. So there is a cycle that's happening here. There's like an ending of one cycle, it's beginning a new. Again, something has come to completion and there's like cleaning the slate for something new. You're really using your creative abilities, your imagination, your gut feelings, again, intuition, to just create something that's nurturing and healing to you and other people. Okay. The Queen of Cups also likes things that make her feel secure or make her feel pretty in some way. This could be beauty products. This could be anything that has to do with like food, clothing, like things that make her feel secure. And you could also be hosting, and then for Christmas, and then maybe some plans change that are sort of out of your control. So just sort of go with that as well, because the Queen of Cups is like a host. She nurtures other people. She makes a beautiful presentation for other people. Okay, so this is what I'm seeing for you. Several themes here, mostly to do with work, and also a little bit of Mercury retrograde and other people. So I'm going to go ahead and pull a card for you, Libra, on love. Okay. Two separate trees. It's better to have loved and lost than to have never of loved at all. Okay. The front message gave me a very different meaning than the one that was written on the back, but this is very beautiful. What I'm getting with the two separate trees is like an old story that I once heard about two trees being so close together that their roots intertwine, so they share all the same nourishment, nutrients, everything like that. And if one of those trees dies, the other is so wrapped up in the other tree that it also dies. Okay, but if there is a certain, this is like an allegory for relationships, by the way, they're not literal trees, but yes, people. If you're a certain distance apart, you're still together but separate, and they have their own root structures, but yet they're close enough to still exchange leaves, you know, going back and forth, and they still share the same air, and there is like a general like correspondence between them that is like a harmonious partnership. But if one dies, the other doesn't die. The other still survives. Okay, you're able to survive any loss through death or separation or divorce or what have you. Or even if, you know, just travel plans change and someone misses their flight, or something happens where you're not able to get together with your loved ones for the holidays. You're not so enmeshed in them. Okay, you can enjoy their company, but there's like a certain healthy level of detachment. So that's what I'm seeing with the two trees allegory here. Yeah, so the message again is, it is better to have loved and lost than to never have loved at all. Okay, Libra. This was your 2016 reflection reading and December monthly forecast. I want to wish you a happy solstice, a Merry Christmas, a happy Hanukkah, whatever it is that you celebrate. I'm wishing you the best for the month ahead of December and the year to follow. Thank you so much for watching.